is there a way you could describe the shape or the sensation, the makeup of these entities you were seeing within the first month and a half?
Again, trying to describe a realm or
Yeah.
physical space where there's the crispness in the definitive outline is so profound, but it's moving and dynamic, and it's very hard to get like a still shot of
Mm.
these entities. But I would the happy, smiley, cartoony, typically bright colors, flashing, really it's conveyance of like telepathic information, not necessarily words. So it's an energy, it's a feeling, and it just seems to be happy, fun, and party like,
Yeah.
not dark.
So not clearly defined, like it's obviously a space where there's some sort of energy there, but it's constant and moving. You couldn't just say, it's a circle or a triangle.
It's always
It
moving.
always moving. Okay.
But I would say, and it's kind of, I know it may sound contradictory, but it's very distinct from the jester fun type entities, from the insectoid slash mantis type kind of mechanics and architects of that, clear and distinct from some of these other kind of archetypal things. And I guess maybe that's a good way of describing it too. Is it really is a like an archetypal group as opposed to a specific like individual. Um,
Okay. Gotcha. And so did things start to change with these entities after the first month and a half or so?
yeah, so they went from showing me the space and being excited to show me around to then there seemed like the curiosity got more towards me and how my inner workings were. And it was so that would go into the space, and I felt as though they were they. And once again, who's they? It was still the fun kind of welcoming committee, the welcoming crew that kind of is there to show you around the space. I felt as though they were really interested in doing kind of like a diagnostic of who I was. Again, kind of like an animal in a zoo, where they were really interested in this human, who he was, but very distinct, not human. And this is where the next kind of weird thing that opened my eyes was like, what the fuck was that interaction with what I considered my human self, or my future self, excuse me.
Future self, yeah.
Because you would go into this space, you'd interact with these energies, these entities, they would show you around. Then it started being like, all right, they were interested in you, but there was never any feeling of like sexual, I don't know, like penetration, or it was not aggressive at all. It just felt like, hey, I'm just as interested as you, you're interested as me. But I had this,
Yeah.
and I've only had it once, where I went into that space and I was kind of, there in their area. And then what I considered was me from a future time. And it wasn't, me with a longer beard or anything like that. It was very comforting, very like, yeah, I'm coming in to do a diagnostic. I'm coming in to make sure that everything's okay. And in that experience, I had a very powerful interaction with my energy. Uh, and I came back from that really just with a profound sense of, no lack of fear of death, or excuse me, with no fear of death. Very comfortable to know that there is something greater beyond my own physical body. And it was really just a very comforting experience. But again, mind blowing from, all right, now you're in this DMT space with all these funky entities to, oh shit, now you're interacting with your future self.